before the dawn had found its name, before the stars were hung in flame.
There was a voice, steady and true, moving over darkness,
calling life into view. From the silence you spoke the sound that set the heavens spinning around. You said, "Let there be light," and the night had to run. Oceans took their place and the rivers begun. Every seed, every wing, every creature that stood, you looked at it all and said, "It is good." Yeah, you said it is good. You drew the lines for land and sea,
Painted the sky in authority.
sun by day, moon by night, every season moving by your design. Every word you spoke stood fast, nothing made without your hand. You said, "Let there be light," and the dark gave way. Morning, evening, learn how to obey. Every star knew where it should. You looked at it all and said, "It is good. It is good." And you knelt in the dust of the ground, breathed your life where none was found, gave us a heart, gave us a name, made in your image, bearing your flame. We were formed by your hands, called to walk in your ways, given breath, given trust, given choice, given grace. You crowned us with glory, set us apart. Creation
perfect peace. Every need beneath the trees, every breath a gift of grace, every step walk face to face. One command in open ground, one clear line where trust was found.
Freedom's always held a cost. Love must choose or love is lost. It was a choice we made
when we listened to the light. Reach for more than what you gave and let the darkness inside. Shame felt like a heavy flood where innocence once stood. It was a choice we made, but you never walked away.
A whisper twisted something good, questioned what you clearly said. Promised life but delivered fear, left us hiding where we once stood bare.
Eyes were open, hearts were torn, trust fell quiet that morning dawn.
We heard your footsteps in the trees and hid from love we couldn't see.
It was the choice we made when we traded truth for pride. Reached beyond the trust you gave and let the serpent guide. We felt the weight, we felt the flood where innocence once stood. It was the choice we made, but you never walked away. We ran from light into the shade, still you called us by our name. A promise made you see us through, even then you made a way.
Hope was born that broken day.
It was the choice we made, and the world has felt the stain. Every tear, every grave still echoes Eden's pain. But beneath the curse you spoke was mercy wrapped in blood. It was the choice we made, but love was stronger than the fall. From dust to dust, from shame to grace, you were already writing redemption's page.
In the wreckage of the fall, in the echo of our shame, you spoke hope into the silence and called the broken by name. Right there where dust met fear, where the curse was freshly known, you planted truth inside the pain, that we were not alone. Even in the judgment spoken, mercy found a voice. You made a promise in the dark, where the serpent thought he'd won. From the wound would come the victory, from the many only one. The heel would fall, the cross would stand, love would crush the grave. You beneath the borrowed sky, raised to walk among the lost.
Every step toward Calvary counted mercy, paid the cost.
What was broken would be healed.
What was stolen would be restored.
You made a promise in the dark, where the serpent thought he'd won. From the wound would come the victory, from the many only one. The heel would fall, the cross would stand, love would crush the grave. You made a promise in the garden,
And you kept it when you came.
from the sea to the tree,
From the tree to the cross,
from the grave to the sky.
nothing ever was lost.
What you spoke, you fulfilled.
What you planned, you completed.
The Lamb was slain, the dead defeated. You made a promise in the dark, and you brought it into light. Every curse undone by grace,
Every wrong made right.
the enemy is crushed beneath the weight of love displayed. You made a promise in the garden,
And you kept it at the grave,
from first light
to final breath.
redemption was always next.
The sky grew dark with coming rain, a world bent hard away from grace. Every heart had gone its own way, but Noah still walked faithful and straight. They laughed while he built that door, didn't hear mercy knock.
God saw the evil fill the land, felt the grief of his own hands. Judgment wasn't born of hate, it was love that couldn't wait. So he sealed the ark with promise inside, grace floating while the old world died.
When the rain begins to fall, love still stands above it all. The flood came down, but grace stayed true. Waters rose and mercy moved. Judgment washed the broken clean, but God remembered everything. When the storm had run its course, still love was steering the ark. The flood came down, but grace stayed true. 40 days and 40 nights, the deep cried out, the world went quiet. Then a dove flew through the grave, came back home with hope in its wings. Dry ground rose from sorrow's sea, a brand new start for humanity.
Noah built an altar there, smoke and praise filled open air. God spoke peace into the land, put the future in his hands.
Said never again will I destroy the earth
from the ashes of what had been. God made room to start again. When the storm had run its course, still love was steering the ark. The flood came down, but grace stayed true.
He set his bow in the open sky, a promise written in the living light. Never again will the waters rise, judgment paused by mercy's side. From wrath to peace, from lost to new, every color says he'll see us through.
The flood came down, but it didn't win. Love still had the final word then and now, until the end. When the world forgets who he is, the rainbow still remembers him. The storm may come, but grace stays true. From the flood to the promise, he still keeps his word. Said get up and leave your home, pack your faith and walk unknown. No map, no proof, just my voice. You've gotta trust me with the choice.
I looked back once, did all I knew, then stepped ahead like you said to.
You promised land I couldn't see, a future bigger than just me. Said I'd be father to the lost, though every step would carry cost.
I left the safe, I left the past, held on to words that you said would last. When God calls you by your name, nothing stays the same.
You said I will bless you, make your name stand strong. You'll be a blessing to the whole wide world. I'll go before you, I'll make the way. Every promise I have spoken, I will not break.
I built an altar where I stood on ground you said would turn out good. Didn't know the how or when, just knew I'd hear your voice again.
Every mile I learn to see, faith grows best in certainty. Stars above an endless sky, you said count 'em if you try.
From barren ground to countless souls, you saw the end when I felt old. I wasn't strong, I wasn't brave, I just believed what you said.
Even when the road was long, your promise pulled me on. You said I will bless you, make your name stand strong. You'll be a blessing to the whole wide world. I'll go before you, I'll make the way. Every promise I have spoken, I will not break.
From one man's yes
Came a chosen line,
from one step of faith,
came redemption's sign.
every nation, every tongue,
Traced back to the promised one, from Abraham to Christ our King.
to stars. From then to now, your blessing flows through every vow. All it takes is one obedient heart for you to change the world from the start.
Three days walk with a heavy heart, wood on his back, fire in his hands. Every step felt like a question he didn't understand. God, you gave what I waited for, now you're asking for it again.
I'm climbing faith one breath at a time, trying to trust you in the end.
The boy looked up and asked him why. Father, where's the lamb today? He swallowed hard, held back the tears, and found the words to say.
God himself will provide, even when I don't see how. I'll obey the voice I know, even here, even now, when the promise costs everything. Faith still says yes on the mountain, where the altar stands, where the knife is raised in a trembling hand. God made a way when it looked like loss. On the mountain, mercy spoke before the cost.
The wood was laid, the fire was near, heaven felt painfully still. Every promise, every prayer, hanging on God's will. Love bound tighter than the rope, holding Father and Son. Faith stood frozen in that moment, till the voice said stop. This is done. The angel called his name out loud. Grace broke through the fear. A ram was caught by thorn and limb right when hope disappeared. God provided what was needed right where obedience stood. And Abraham named that place forever. The Lord will provide. He is good even when I don't understand. I trust the heart behind the hand. On the mountain, where the altar stands, where the knife is raised in a trembling hand. God made a way when it looked like a loss. On the mountain, mercy spoke before the cause. A father and a promised son, pointing to the greater one. Wood on his back, walking up the hill. Heaven's silent, God's perfect will. What was spared that day by grace would one day be fulfilled in Christ's place. On the mountain, God still provides when faith is tested and hope feels tired. Before the blade, before the loss, on the mountain, love already paid the cost. Jehovah Jireh, you see, you know, you provide.